Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Playwright tutorial, I'm going to discuss how you're going to handle iframes within Playwright. Now, what exactly is iframe? I'll quickly go ahead and show you a demo here. So on any web page, say for example, this is one of the W3 HTML page, you'll see different sections here, right? So there is one of this section and this other section. Now, there could be a possibility that there is another embedded HTML within the main page, right? And how you will be able to figure out whether there are iframes on the page. So if you simply right click and inspect on the browser, then we'll go ahead and let's say, for example, you'll see this tag here, iframe, right? So this tag, if you go little deeper here, so you'll see that there is a tag iframe that shows that there is a main, okay, in the HTML DOM, there is a main page, and then there is another document or HTML, another HTML within the iframe. So that's where, if you'll see that there is another HTML which has the whole body and everything, that is basically available there. So now when you are working with the automation tools, for example, Selenium as well and Playwright, if the web element is within the iframe, automatically the script, say for example, if you say page.locator and try to find that particular element which exists in this particular iframe, for example, click, and you try to click on that, it's not going to happen straight away. What you need to do is you first need to figure out if there is iframe. You have to go to that particular iframe. You have to specifically ask your script to navigate to that particular section first and then click, right? So that's how you're going to basically handle iframe. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit and then here as well. Okay, so you can see all of these details clearly. So now how we are going to handle this? So let's quickly go and see, or simply I'll go ahead and copy one of the existing script and I'll say create a new test in there, and I'll say this as an iframe demo. So rename this and I'll say iframe demo.spec.js. Okay, now let me remove everything else from here and then we'll start writing the code from scratch. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we'll simply say, okay, this test is iframe demo test, okay, the name of the test, and then we will go to the page where we want to handle the iframe, right? So what is the page? This is the page link, right? So I'll simply copy that and paste that locator here or the URL there. So now this page will get opened as part of this iframe demo test. Now we are able to go ahead and understand how we are going to handle iframe. So if you go to the Playwright documentation here and simply on a Playwright website, I'll go ahead and say iframe, okay? And you'll see straight away we have, if you search for iframe, you'll see that the classes appear, right? So we'll simply go ahead and click on the frame locator and you'll see frame locator. If you see at the top, frame locator represents a view to the iframe on the page, right? It captures the logic sufficient to retrieve the iframe and locate elements in that frame, okay, in that iframe. So basically frame locator is what we'll need, okay? That's the class available within Playwright, and then you can use frame locator. It can be created either with locator.content frame or page.frame locator, right? So any of these you can use. So it's pretty simple. So if we go ahead with the first option there, page.frame locator. So now here, first thing what we have to do is we have to basically get the frame locator, right? So when we say on this particular page here, so if you go ahead and see what exactly the frame ID or name is. So if you go to this particular iframe or simply just hover over any of the details there, you will see it comes to the body, and if you straight away go up to the root, you will see the iframe, and in the iframe you have the ID of the frame as iframe result and name as iframe result. So I can use ID, right? So ID is available. I can go ahead and copy the locator, right? So I can simply say right click in here or simply open the selectors hub. So this is a plugin that we'll be using to get the locator, and let's just get the locator of something. All right, so this is the locator for this particular button here, right? So I simply selected the inspect page icon here and click on any of the element that you want to inspect and it will give me the locator. So if I select the whole page in there, you will see that it says that it is inside iframe. So we have to, first thing we have to do is we have to get the locator, basically the locator for the iframe. Okay, so if I simply right click and say copy XPath at the root, the iframe, and try to just search that. So you'll see that I've got the XPath with ID iframe result, and I will straight away go ahead and use this one. Okay, so let me copy this, and then I'll declare a constant. Okay, and I'll say this is page iframe. Okay, page iframe, and then I'll say page dot frame locator, right? So we first want to locate the frame, right? So on the page, locate the frame locator will locate the frame. So, and then when we are locating the frame, we have to specify which frame to locate, right? So we have got the XPath as well for the frame that we want to locate. So we simply say, okay, locate the frame which has this particular path on the page, right? So now this will get located and it will be stored in a constant page iframe. Now once this locator has been, or frame has been located, iframe has been located. Now with this constant, I can go ahead and do any operations within this particular frame. Okay, so I can say page iframe dot, and then within this particular iframe, now I can again find the locators within the iframe. So I can also use dot locator and then locate the elements that are there within the iframe. So now say for example, I want to click on this click me. So I'll simply go ahead and identify or basically locate this particular web element. Let me cancel that. Looks like we have to refresh. So in case sometimes it doesn't work, then simply close this XPath helper, selector sub, and then again open. So now we have got this relative XPath. Let me quickly copy this because this is unique. You just get one result here, and I'll use this. Okay, so I'll say page iframe. On that page iframe, locate the element with the locator tag, right? So I'll simply say with the locator, and now because here there is a single colon, I'll use double quotes in there, and I would highly recommend that make this consistent, right? So here as well, I'll change inside quotes to single quotes and the outside ones to double quotes, right? So across your automation scripts, you have the consistency. All right, so we got the locator, and now on this we can perform the operation, right? So I can simply say I want to click on this, so I'll simply go ahead and click on this. Okay, so this will basically go ahead and click within that particular iframe. Now we have to also, because this is an action, so we have to use await as well. All right, so now this action will go ahead and click on that particular click me button in that iframe. So let's go ahead and execute and see this in action. So page has launched. We'll open that particular page, and then you have seen the hello world appeared. That means the click has happened successfully. Now if you want to go back and go to the main page or click on somewhere on the main page, so for example, I want to click on run again, what am I going to do? Nothing else. I don't have to switch back basically. So I have cancelled this. Let me close it, and now if I have to do further actions on the page, I'll simply go ahead and say page dot locator. Okay, so for example, on this particular page, again I want to go back. So this is the iframe. I want to come out of the iframe, click on run again. So if I'll click on run again, then it will reload this page and hello world will go away. So I want to click on this run. So let me identify the locator for run. This is strange. This doesn't work, so I have to close it and reopen the selectors hub plugin again and again. So but that's fine. Let me copy this XPath for this run button. Okay, because it has ID run btn, which is unique, and there is one result for this relative XPath. So I'll copy this locator and I'll simply go ahead and use that. So I want to find that particular run button locator, and then I again click on that. Okay, so that will basically again go back or come out of from the iframe that we have located, and then click on this main button there. Okay, the run button. And if you again want to come back to the iframe, simply go ahead and I'll copy this statement again and click on this click me button again, which is within this iframe, because we have already identified the frame locator and which is stored in this page iframe. So you don't need to do this step again. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this again, and before running, let me put some timeout, right? So you can easily see that it's happening. Okay, wait for timeout, and I'll put 3 seconds timeout after each step. So I'll put it after this click, first click, then the second click, and then the third click. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this again. Oh, sorry, it's running. Okay, let me cancel this. Looks like it's hung somewhere. Okay, so there was some performance issue, so I had to close the VS Code and relaunch it. Something with my machine. So I've relaunched, and now let me go ahead and run this same script and see the results. So it has launched the browser and should see hello world. It has clicked on it. It should click on run again and then again click me. Yeah. So you can see that it is coming to the iframe, right? The control is coming to the iframe, going back on the main page and then coming back to the iframe, right? So that's how simple it is to handle iframe or any of the web elements within iframe in Playwright. Okay. So that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Thank you.